I am a wanderer, a witness to fire and blood. Listen to the tale of Troy. It all started in Sparta, where King Menelaus ruled. And Helen, the muse of war, wife of King Menelaus. Then came Prince Paris of Troy, bringing fate with him. Love ignited between Helen and Prince Paris, despite all laws. Paris took Helen and fled across the sea to Troy, sparking war. King Menelaus roared in humiliation, determined to wage war. Agamemnon, brother of Menelaus, summoned the Greek kings. Achilles, the son of a god, joined for glory. The Greek fleet set sail, heading to Troy. Troy appeared, strong and impregnable, awaiting its fate. Priam, king of Troy, old but authoritative, ruled the kingdom. Priam met with his two sons, Hector and Paris, about the war against the Greek army. Hector and Paris prepared the army, defending Troy. The Greek fleet drew near, the shadow of war cast over Troy. Greek soldiers landed, ready for the first battle. The Greeks set up camp, preparing to besiege Troy. Agamemnon and Menelaus planned, determined to capture Troy. Achilles stood there, waiting for glory from blood and sword. The Greek soldiers trained, ready for the day of bloodshed. The Trojan guards kept watch, ready to defend the walls. Prince Hector stood high above, observing the enemy, his heart steadfast in defending his homeland. Prince Paris stood beside Hector, ready to fight for the beautiful Helen. The Greeks shot the first arrow, the war officially began. The Trojans retaliated, raining arrows down upon their enemies. Greek soldiers scaled the walls with ladders, but Troy resisted fiercely. Prince Hector led his troops, pushing back the Greeks with strength and courage. Achilles entered the battle, sowing terror among the Trojan ranks. The golden sands were stained with blood, the clang of swords echoing in the wind. Hector, wounded, led his troops in retreat, and the battle paused. The Greeks cheered, Achilles standing triumphant amidst the battlefield. With Prince Hector defeated, King Priam worried for the fate of Troy. Prince Paris proposed a duel with King Menelaus, hoping to end the war. Paris and Menelaus clashed, the golden sands witnessing their battle. King Menelaus prevailed, Prince Paris was wounded, and the duel ended. The war did not cease, the Greeks attacked with greater ferocity. The Trojan women prayed to the gods, hoping for victory. Night fell, and both sides rested, awaiting the new day. Achilles boasted of his latest exploits, bolstering the morale of the Greek soldiers. Hector gave an inspiring speech, urging his soldiers to fight to the death to defend Troy. A new day begins, the Greeks launch a full-scale assault on the city walls. Hector fights back, defending the gates with blood and fire. Achilles and Hector face off, their fateful battle begins. Hector retreats, Achilles pursues him, the sands bear witness. Achilles slays Hector, Troy's hope vanishes. Achilles drags Hector's body through the sand, a testament to his unmatched power. The Trojans mourn Hector, their great hero lost. King Priam comes to beg Achilles, pleading for the return of his son's body. Achilles, moved with compassion, returned Hector's body to the Trojans. At Hector's funeral, Troy bid farewell to their last hero. The war dragged on, Troy weakened, yet remained resilient. The Trojans counterattacked, burning the Greek camp in desperation. The war was at a stalemate, both sides exhausted, the sands soaked with blood. The Greek kings convened, seeking a way to break the deadlock. Odysseus proposed a stratagem. The fateful wooden horse was conceived. The plan was approved. The Greeks placed their hope in the wooden horse. The Greeks quickly built the Trojan horse, a trap of war. Odysseus oversaw it, a terrifying plot being put into action. Greek soldiers hid inside the wooden horse, waiting for their moment. The Greeks feigned defeat, sailing away, leaving the trap on the golden sands. The Trojans were curious, the horse causing arguments among them. Prince Paris convinced King Priam that the horse was a trophy of Troy's victory. Cassandra, the prophetess, warned them, but no one believed her prophecy. The Trojans pulled the horse inside, celebrating their false victory. All the people of Troy celebrate, wine flows freely, unaware that death is near. The dark night covers, Troy sleeps soundly in the illusion of victory. Greek soldiers wait inside the wooden horse, the plan about to come to fruition. The Greeks escape from the wooden horse, darkness hides their steps. The gates open, the Greeks flood in like a torrent. The battle begins, Troy falls into chaos and flames. Fire burns throughout the city, the Trojans flee in despair. Menelaus meets Helen, anger mixed with the joy of reunion. Achilles ended King Priam, finishing the Troy dynasty in blood and fire. The Greeks plundered, and Troy lay in ruins amidst smoke and flames. Paris stood on the ramparts firing arrows, avenging Achilles amidst the smoke. Achilles died, the great warrior fell in victory. The Trojans fled, the city fell into the hands of the enemy. Greece triumphed, Troy was left with nothing but fire and ashes. Menelaus took Helen back, ending the bloody war. The Greeks departed, taking the spoils of war and leaving behind ashes. Troy is devastated, only smoke and silent walls remain. I stand here, watching Troy collapse, my heart heavy with sorrow. Fire and blood have written the story, Troy will forever be a memory. I leave, carrying with me the song of the immortal city of Troy.